This year has not been kind to Steve Harvey. Steve is currently being criticized by Monique for being a coward and a snake, on top of being humiliated by his wife Margie over recent adultery suspicions and being exposed for trying to steal roles from the late great Bernie Mac. Years ago, Monique and Steve got into a fight over a rumor that Steve's friends Oprah and Tyler Perry had blacklisted her. Following Steve's rejection of her, Monique charged him of lacking moral character. More recently, further information about Steve's duplicitous behavior against Monique has come to light. Fans claim that Steve has always been a snake, and many think that everything that is currently happening to him is simply his karma. What specifically did Monique say regarding Steve being a snake, though? Steve, did you truly sell your soul to Hollywood? Let's get started. Since Marjorie Harvey, Steve's wife, is rumored to have had an extramarital affair with his bodyguard, you've certainly seen that Steve Harvey and his family have been trending lately. Despite Steve and Marjorie's denials of the claims, this circumstance has rekindled the discussion about Steve's moral integrity. So what actually occurred was that Steve posted a video on Twitter asking his followers to select a comedian they don't find at all funny in an apparent attempt to divert attention away from the supposed affair between Marjorie and Steve. Fans called him out and pointed out that, despite his statements to the contrary, his brand is all about positivity. Steve then erased the original video and replaced it with a new one, saying that a member of his staff had uploaded it without his knowledge. However, Steve's video of apologies did not at all assist him and simply served to fuel even more chatter about Steve's dubious character. See, Steve has been accused of discrediting a number of his co-workers, including Monique, who recently disclosed that she still holds Steve accountable for how he treated her after Hollywood placed her on a blacklist. Years ago, after publicly accusing Steve's pals Oprah and Tyler Perry of blackballing her, Monique and Steve began to quarrel. The drama began after the film Precious, which was produced and directed by Oprah and Perry and was directed by Lee Daniels. Oprah and Tyler Perry requested Monique to embark on a press tour in order to spread the word about the film all over the world because of the buzz her performance had created. Monique declined the offer, explaining that after working so hard on Precious, she would want to spend time with her husband and children rather than being compensated for this. And according to Monique, as soon as she refused Oprah and Tyler Perry, headlines suggesting that she is demanding and difficult to work with began to appear. After Precious was released, Monique quickly turned down several opportunities that were given to her, and she soon discovered that no one in Hollywood wanted to work with her. In the meantime, Oprah did something even more shadier by inviting Gerald, Monique's brother, to discuss how he essayed Monique on her talk program. And while Oprah called Monique to let her know Gerald would be her guest, she omitted to let her know Monique's parents had also been invited. So, in addition to being blacklisted for rejecting Oprah, Monique also had to watch Oprah capitalize on her trauma for ratings. Her friends and colleagues turned their backs on Monique, which made the whole scenario much more difficult for her. And it appears that none of them dared to express their agreement with her out of fear. Steve Harvey was one of them. He stabbed Monique in the back and blamed the blacklisting on Monique. Monique added that she was disappointed because Steve had privately told her that he agreed with her when he later asked her to his program to straighten things out. He wanted to publicly support her but was too afraid. See, after Steve assured Monique she was correct to oppose Oprah and Tyler Perry, he criticized Monique on TV, stating she had destroyed too many relationships and there was nothing he could do to help. Because it was such a sneaky move on Steve's side to pretend that he backed her in private and then humiliate her in front of the world, Monique naturally felt betrayed. But when Monique questioned Steve about it, he recanted and said he was merely trying to indicate she handled it poorly by expressing her annoyance with the business. But Monique refused to back down, telling Steve that rather than humiliating her in front of everyone, he ought to have addressed her privately if he felt this way. Although Monique didn't use those exact words, it was clear what she meant when she attacked Steve for being a sellout. But Steve, who stated it was all about money because in order to succeed, you must play the money game and watch what you say around particular people, was obviously unable to comprehend what Monique was talking about when she mentioned principles. Monique claimed, however, that she is not prepared to compromise her morality in exchange for money, which is something she has obviously never done, as Monique is not the only person he is believed to have put in danger in order to advance. See, Steve and the late comedic icon Bernie Mac engaged in a very publicized rivalry long before the drama with Monique and Oprah began. So Monique exposed Steve's lack of honesty. Because Bernie Mac has always been genuine, many followers claimed that he would have had her back completely. One admirer claimed that if Bernie were still alive, he and Steve would have a crazy dispute, or perhaps Steve wouldn't be the way he is. See, there have long been stories that Steve and Bernie frequently quarreled when the first Kings of Comedy tour was in full swing. Additionally, Bernie claimed to GQ in 2003 that Steve tried to take several of his movie roles, including Ocean's 11, out of him out of enmity. According to rumors, Steve's team member called Ocean's 11 director Steven Soderbergh to request that Steve be given the role rather than Bernie. Bernie came to the realization that Steve would do everything to advance his career, including treading on those he claimed to be his brothers and sisters. Steve, however, denied attempting to harm Bernie and stated that Bernie's remarks to GQ had harmed him. Fans are now praising Monique for her honesty while criticizing Steve for being a snake and a sellout after news surfaced that Monique has still not gotten an apology from anyone other than Lee Daniels. One fan said, "In the beginning, I thought Monique was being messy. After watching several interviews, I changed my mind. She's talking integrity and principle. I'm with her." And another fan added, "Steve Harvey has always been a snake and he deserved everything he gets at this time. He never really cared about nothing but himself." What about you, though? Which side are you on, Steve or Monique? And do you truly believe that Steve is a sellout? Mention your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked this video, then share it to your friends and family members. Also, if you are a new viewer on our channel, then must subscribe our channel for more celebrity news, entertainment and gossip videos. Thanks for watching our video. That's all for today. Goodbye.